I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. And when people ask me, oh, what's your future career going to be? What are you going to do? And I'm just like, I don't know. And it's so overwhelming. And I feel like there's such a large pressure, especially from being in like college and sixth form and stuff. Suddenly it's like, are you going to go to uni? Are you going to go on a gap year? Are you going to go into work? Are you going to do an apprenticeship? And it's so overwhelming. But we're going to talk about it today. We're going to unpack it. So grab yourself a tea. Let's chat. Before we get into this, let's lay down the golden rule, and that is that everybody's different and we're all humans and all our feelings are valid. But what your friend's doing and what's right for your friend might not be right for you. And I know teachers go on about this in school, but it is very true. Like, let's take me and my best friend Phoebe. We are so similar in so many different ways, but she's at uni, she's living on her own, she's living up the independence, she's got so many amazing friends, she goes out, she's enjoying her course, she's so smart. However, I can't think of anything worse than going to university. And I've always thought this, like just living alone with like, I don't know, just the whole thing. I don't vibe with it. Like it's not me. And it's taken me a while to accept that that's okay, but it is okay. Like I don't want to force myself into a decision that I'm not ready to make or that I know I wouldn't enjoy. So you have to kind of accept that. And whilst it's hard, it's okay. Because whilst we talk about this, you've got to remember that you are different to other people. And just because everyone's doing one thing doesn't mean you have to do it, because it doesn't always mean it's the right thing for you. Let's talk about options. So you can go to university, you can apply for university and defer your offer and then, have a gap year and then go the year after. That's like one of my friends is doing that. You can have a gap year, what I'm doing. You can do a degree apprenticeship, you can do a level 4 apprenticeship, you can go straight into work. It really depends on the job that you want to do. But don't panic. It doesn't matter if you don't know what you want to do yet, because I don't really. There's a few things that I kind of like the idea of and I think I'd enjoy and I think I'd be good at. But it's still figuring out like, oh, do I actually want to do that, or do I think I just want to do that kind of thing? And it is really hard. But I think what you have to remember, and this is a mindset that I'm really trying to adopt and adapt to at the moment, is that we are so young and we have so much time. And I know it's hard because you have the pressure of other people kind of constantly asking you like, oh, what are you doing? But you have to remember, like, you need to give yourself time. And the way you've got to think of it is, do you want to rush into a decision that you are not ready to make or you're not fully committed to, and then end up dropping out or end up regretting it? Like, of course you don't want to do that because that's a waste of your time. So in my mind, I'm like, I'd rather take the time off, take the time to slowly figure it out, live my life. And I know I will figure it out. Of course I'm going to figure it out. Like, you just have to trust that process. Like things, it will work out and you will figure it out. However, if you need to give yourself time because you're not sure, that's okay. And also remember, the people at university doing the courses, yes, they've taken that next step, but doesn't mean they always know what they want to do. Like I have friends at uni who still, they're loving their course and they know they want to do something around that subject, but they don't know if they completely want to do that. So you have to remember that, like, not everyone has it figured out, because I was in a massive hole where I was like, everyone knows and I don't know. And it's hard. It is really hard, but you have to just kind of, as hard as it is, you do have to just trust the process. So let's break down the options. Obviously, I'm not the person really to ask about university, because obviously I was looking into going for primary education and it's still definitely an option for me, but it just wasn't something that I'm wanting to do quite yet. But at the moment, I'm on a gap year and I'm definitely going to have a gap year too. I've applied for drama school and apprenticeships, and I kind of got recalls on offers, and I kind of like took a back step and I was like, is this what I want, kind of thing? So I'm having a year again. But I'm not saying this as a negative thing. And I think when I say, oh, I'm having another gap year, like it makes me feel a bit like a failure. And I know that's really deep. And I know I'm not a failure, because like this is what's best for me. And I'm like I said to my mum, because my mum was like, if you really don't want to have another gap year, like apply through clearing for uni. But then I was like, but I don't know what I want to do at uni, so why should I make that decision? So again, it's about like doing what's best for you. And I have a friend who's she's now accepting her offer and she's going to uni. I have another friend who's going to take another gap year. I have another friend who's going to go to, do you know what I mean? Everyone is doing completely different things. And again, come back to the point earlier, it's so easy to compare yourself, but we can't, because we're all different and we're all different people. That's really good. It's like the perfect temperature. Like it's not lukewarm, but it's not boiling. Let's talk about gap years, because that is like my area of expertise. And honestly, the gap year, hand on heart, is the best. That wasn't even hand on heart, is the best decision I ever made because it was the right thing for me. I wasn't ready for uni. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And the gap year allowed me to have that time to kind of like decide what I wanted to do. And I've just had the best time. I've like been traveling. I've really worked on like my self growth, my self love, which I know is so cliche, but I really have because I've actually given myself time to. Because to A levels, like prioritizing your mental health is so difficult. And I think like given myself this year, I'll really be able to like get myself back as well. I've also had opportunities which I would not have had if I went to uni. Also, I've been working at Radio Jackie, like being a travel presenter. I've got to interview people. Like I'm going to a charity event tomorrow. Like that wouldn't have happened if I went to uni. And that's why I genuinely believe like this is the way my path is going, and that's completely fine. But also obviously I've been working quite a lot and I've already been able to kind of grow within the company I'm with. So I've now got management experience and I'm now going into a role which is kind of half management, half creative. So it's like perfect. So like again, that's experience that I wouldn't have gained if I went to uni. And I'm more saying this because I'm kind of like, I think when you think of a gap year, you kind of think of a year where you do nothing, you travel a bit kind of thing. Like, I don't know if maybe that's just what I thought about when I heard gap year, but a gap year is what you make it and it's what you want to do with it. And if you want to chill around and do absolutely nothing, as you should, like, there's been plenty of days where I have done fuck all and I've bloody loved it because it's my body. I need to rest my body and all that kind of thing. If I'm honest, like, I am just vibing with being young and taking my time with it all. I know I have opportunities and the opportunities are always going to be there. I know if I decide tomorrow that I want to be a primary school teacher, I can go and I can apply to uni and I can do it. Or if I decide tomorrow that I suddenly want to, I don't know, I'll probably think of a new career tomorrow. Jacob constantly says, oh, he's like, what's the career of the month? Because it does change, but that's okay because we're figuring it out. I know I've literally just rambled and I really hope what I'm saying is kind of helping a little bit, kind of trying to get across is it is okay if you haven't figured it out yet. It's okay if you can't see where you're going yet. That's completely fine. You have to remember, not a lot of people have it figured out, even adults like who are in their careers. And I think just take your time with it. Like if you're not 100% or if you want to give yourself a bit more time or if you kind of want to try something out or something, do it. You're young. The time that you've got right now, treasure it. Use it to how you want to. If you want to go to uni, if you want to do an apprenticeship, if you want to work, if you want to take a gap year, like there's no judgment. Like not over here, we don't judge. Like you have to do what's best for you, and whatever that is, I fully support it. And I think you're doing amazing. And just waking up every day and getting yourself together and making a decision either for your physical health, your mental health, your well-being, whatever you're doing, like that is incredible. And just please try not to put too much pressure on yourself because it is hard and you'll get yourself into a hole. And I completely understand because I've been in that hole multiple times this year, but I'm really trying to accept and give myself time and just time to breathe, time to figure it out, because I will figure it out and you will figure it out too. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. And this is my new series called Hope You're Okay, because I always like to say hope you're okay to people, so I thought I'd name it this series. But if you want any other topics you want me to talk about or any questions, please do contact me either in the comments below or drop me a message on TikTok or Instagram. Like, I'm happy to talk things through with you, because I know sometimes you kind of just want to rant to someone or you just want to explain how you're feeling to somebody else. So but yeah, I hope you're okay and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.